Welcome to weekday coronavirus-driven mind stuff. My name is George Ortega, and it is Thursday, June 25th, 2020 at 8:18 p.m. And this is episode number 55. And I'm taking a break from doing, a lot of Zoom rooms, which is good. I'm getting into the guitar, so I want to show you what this came in the mail earlier today. These are like bass guitar strings, chromes that it's like they're flat wound, so that means that they're not like I can glide my fingers along the strings with with much less resistance. So it should like have it flow better. And then I got this idea. The idea was like, because I'm working on, I mentioned last time, I'm working on converting a Fender Squire that I had to a 6-string bass, which with real bass strings, at least for the first 4 or 5 strings. But then this idea came to me, and I tried it out earlier today on my Ibanez guitar, which is good because it's got these humbucker pickups that don't give feedback when you get too close to the amp. So anyway, I haven't used it for a while because again I've stopped playing electric guitar, but I kind of like miss it. Again, it'd be great to be able to play lead on a bass guitar, but I have a feeling I have to do this through a transition to play bass lead first, and then eventually to transition to regular lead if I get good enough. Because again, I think it's possible. Some people will tell you, no, it's not possible to play lead through an entire song. I think it is possible. I think you just have to be really, really good. So, I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna get there, but we'll see. But anyway, so then I got these earlier today. These are like high tension, 12 to 54, heavy gauge, strings. Because the idea is like, I tried it out on the Ibanez 6-string electric guitar. I had it strung with super slinkies because for lead guitar, I like them really loose so I can bend the strings and stuff. But you tune that an octave lower and it's super, super, super slinky. It's like, so, but it worked even, so like with these high tension strings, I'm going to string them tomorrow and try the test out. I hope it works because, I may just like, I'm not conventional in a lot of ways. Like if playing bass guitar, with regular guitar strings tuned an octave lower works, and I can play 6-string bass, I will do that. I will, and if I get good enough, I think that, if I become a session or studio musician, then if I develop the skills, I think that, if somebody likes this stuff, it'll be good. But I mean, like, I don't like to get too far ahead with that, really, because I mean, ideally, I want to do this just to do it as art, just like I'm doing this TV series, this weekday coronavirus thing. I mean, like, I'm not really doing it for an audience per se. I mean, I am in a way. I'm putting it out there, but it's like art for art's sake. It's not like the salad or or even to please others per se. I mean, it's hard for me to talk without trying to sound interesting, just present interesting thoughts. But so anyway, so I'm psyched. So I may not be able to resist the temptation to at least tune a few strings on the Ibanez and try to work this out, because it's only it's only 8:23. Shouldn't take me all that long to string. I just don't feel like it. I feel like what I'll do is maybe just jam some more. And like with the Floyd, so I'm developing a Pink Floyd playlist, and because some of the, like, here's the thing. I was listening to a Pink Floyd documentary earlier today, and, Roger Waters, wrote some amazing lyrics. He's a very sensitive guy, but he's also got like this angry streak. I mean, so much of like this whole wall, I think that was his stuff, David Gilmour, the lead guitarist, I think probably, in my opinion, perhaps the best guitarist in the world. He's not fast, he's not complicated, but he is so smooth and lyrical, amazing. Few notes, amazing stuff. Anyway, I think that his influence is the more kind of like peaceful stuff. So, and that's what I like, I mean, so like basically I'm trying, like, I've got this playlist of over 100 Floyd songs from various albums. Their first album, something about the Piper, it's the Pipers in it, I don't know, it's like, that's when Syd Barrett was playing with them. And although Barrett apparently was the genius of the group, that probably imparted, again, through this yogic mechanism known as Shaktipat that I mentioned some time ago, where you kind of like impart spirituality to another person just through contact. Not something we understand in science, whatever, but I believe that's what happened, that he imparted this kind of like brilliance to them. And then I think they could, like, this first album, I don't like it all that much. I mean, like, but I have a feeling Barrett's influence was like, they did a lot of live sets, played live for audiences and a lot of experimental stuff. So that was probably his brilliance, in terms of, but like, again, the first album, I'm not into, it's only when they get to, I think, the album Metal and a few others, whatever. So anyway, I'm in the process. It's like, because like when they get really angry, and then some of their songs are like, a minute, and like there's no beat, and so like, fine, they're pretty cool if you're listening to the album, but if you can't jam to these songs, so like, so I gotta pull those out of the playlist, because I just want to, like, play to the stuff that I want to play to. Yeah. So there's nothing happening in the news, I checked it out. I mean, like, southern states, COVID cases are going up. They're planning to start baseball in July. They could probably pull that off. I mean, without fans in the stands, they could probably do that, I guess. Yeah. The restaurants, I don't know about it. I'm just like, I decided, like, I'm done just like weaving in and out of crowds in White Plains. Too many people are just like too irresponsible, inconsiderate, disrespectful of life, of their life, life of others. So I just kind of like, I go, I mean, I had to go, for example, into CVS earlier today and into Sam Ash, whatever. So I had to walk up Mamaroneck Avenue for a while. But for the most part, I'm just like taking the side streets. I'm just avoiding Mamaroneck Avenue, where like there are very few people, very few cars, and I prefer that. So what else? So I'm listening to, like, I've got Amazon Prime, and they've got all these concerts like Jefferson Airplane, the Last Waltz, some others. I gotta, like, so I was jamming to that because it's kind of nice, because like before, ordinarily I just jam to like Spotify, tunes that I just hear. But like with these concerts, I've got a 42-inch, like, TV. See, it's right there. And you're seeing the bands, and like there's something really cool. I really wish I had, been a musician. That would have been so cool. I mean, it may not be too late, but there's something very cool about, the bands, and like they sound so good. They understand that so well. The people who put that together, the sound engineers and mixing board people and all. It's incredible stuff. But anyway, so like I'm watching these concerts, and like, but the thing is, like, I'm hearing it through the TV sound. So what I got to do, I have to, like, I got to set this up. I don't have it set up. I got to set up a, and I'm going to set it up right behind me. Like if well, actually, no, I got to figure out where to set that up. Yeah, because I guess behind me, below the free will sign, had set up a whatchamacallit, a receiver. You know, I've got a receiver that I'm not using. I'm gonna pull that out in one speaker. I don't need stereo speaker, whatever. And just so that way the TV sound comes out of a nice speaker instead of this, you know, the 2-inch like, you know, TV speakers or you know. So anyway, I got to try that out. Hopefully that'll work. Let's see what else. And I got to like, you know, I got a lot of stuff. And you know, again, you may not be interested in this, and that's all right. But like, for example, like when I'm setting up my sound, you know, there's like, humbuckers are like these kinds of pickups that they're strung in a way, and pickups are like what picks up the sound in an electric guitar, what, you know, picks up it's magnetic. I don't understand the physics of it really, but basically it just gets the sound into the machine so you hear it. And ordinarily there's single coil, which again, that gives feedback and noise, you know, but these humbuckers eliminate that noise. But there's another way to eliminate noise, is like through a noise gate on my effects. I've got about 3 effects now, like compression, digital delay, and a volume booster that I need. But I think I'm gonna like, I gotta figure out how to set up the gain, because like there's a gain and then there's like a volume. And I don't understand, I gotta like read this up, because like the gain boosts something, the volume boosts volume. I'm not sure what the gain boosts, you know. But anyway, like there's an art to this, and I gotta like learn this. And then I might have to put the noise gate into, because I don't like the, you know, the feedback noise. And again, with the humbuckers, it eliminates that for the most part, but you gotta do that. And now I'm boring myself, because I figured I'm boring you, I'm boring myself, that's right. What else? What I might do tonight, I don't feel like, you know, I don't know, I got, you know, it's just 6 strings, but I'd rather do it tomorrow. But what I feel like maybe doing tonight is pulling out that receiver. And even that I don't want to like set up, because that's, you know, then gotta get some speaker wires, some speaker and all that stuff. No, that can wait. Yeah. What I want to do, I guess, later tonight is, oh, but wait a minute, if I want to jam 2 concerts. Oh, no. Well, how do I do this? I was thinking of going through a headset, you know, because I got the TV set up with a headset, but, you know, I don't have the TV hooked up to my mixing board. So that might work. Yeah, actually that might work, because then I could like listen to the TV and the mixing board. Yeah, the TV would just be another input into the, I don't know, now I'm like, you know, that's the thing. Sometimes things get too complicated. I like when things stay simple. So what else? I don't know. People suck in a way, you know, like they don't get that this COVID-19 is about people sucking so much, people being so callous, so indifferent, so damn cruel, you know, with these animals. And even the quote unquote nicest people you meet are clueless about this. It's kind of like the way, you know, slaveholders were clueless about how vile slavery is. You know, these people would go to church or wherever they went to worship, you know, on Sundays or wherever, and yet they'd have slaves, and they couldn't connect the dots. They couldn't connect, oh, wait a minute, you can't really be such a good person while, you know, having a slave. So you can't really be such a good person while, you know, eating this meat and fish and dairy and eggs that is a result of a lot of suffering, a lot of torturous suffering on the hands of people that we pay to do this. Because if we had to like grow, you know, farm and slaughter our own animals in the conditions that that they are put under, we wouldn't do it, you know, so, but we're a right to pay people. So anyway, so people suck in that way. And, you know, I don't blame them because I don't believe they have a free will. It makes you wonder why God is the way God is. You know, I don't know. So, so yeah, I'm looking forward to like, no, I definitely want to, because like, the thing is, I want to be able to like jam to the TV without, you know, cranking it up a bit. Ooh, cranking it. I've got this tiny little mini mixer that might be the answer. No, because like, no, I gotta hook it up to the main mixer, because again, I want to use my compression box and my digital delay and stuff with the guitar, unless, I don't know, again, it gets complicated. That's, you know, that's one of the reasons perhaps why I never became a musician. You know, things get complicated. I'm just like, you know, I'm an idea person. You know, I go with an idea, and, you know, and 11 more minutes to go, and 41 seconds. And then we'll have done this. This is like so great, because like part of me, like, you know, would rather, oh, I got to do a show today. I got to do a show. And part of me would, you know, says, well, you know, kind of wish I didn't have to. But on the other hand, it is fun to do, you know, because I don't know what I'm going to say, and I don't really care all that much. You know, sometimes I have something important to say, sometimes not. I like my little smiley cup. I should use it. I don't know why, like, you know, I have these pencils that I don't, you know, colored pencils that I don't do anything with. That's like, you know, sometimes I think I should be an artist. And you know, when I was a teenager, I never did art. I did cartooning in class because I was bored, I guess. I became a decent cartoonist. But yeah, no, the art, I don't know. Yeah, and I better not, you know, I'm pushing it, you know, going from the 4-string, because here's the thing, the 4-string bass, they're tuned in fourths, and I'm not sure, you know, like 4 half steps, whatever, they're tuned in fourths, and then like the 5th and 6th string of electric guitar aren't tuned in fourths, and that's the complication. In other words, like, that's what confuses me, because I haven't played bass electric guitar in over a year and a half or so. So like I started like on the 5-string bass that I tuned not in fourths, you know, which would be a B, but in I don't know, fifths, whatever, I don't know, which I guess is a C, and like it was confusing me. So like I gotta, all right. No, but I want to do that because, again, my goal is to not just be able to play bass guitar, but be able to go back to playing lead, regular electric guitar, and yeah, having it be an octave lower makes all the difference in the world. So so that'd be good. I'm psyching myself up to now both kind of like string that guitar tonight and set up the amp, the receiver, stereo receiver with the TV, so I can like, oh no, yeah, no, I gotta like figure this out. I don't absolutely need the compression box, and I've got like another kind of like, it's not a digital delay, it's an echo or something, or it's like, it's a reverb, something like that. So maybe I can have effects pedals, yes. That'll probably be a lot easier. So I'll set that up on the, again, next to that little smiley cup. So yeah, I guess I'll do that after I do this, while this is like processing and uploading. And I mean, I may or may not, to be honest, string the guitar. I mean, I have this like, you know, this urge to do this, but who knows how long it'll last. Gotta wonder. So what else? So yeah, all right, with Zoom, on Wednesdays, I attend Rabbi Bronstein's Parsha class, which is great. He's really funny. He's a great guy, and the class is great. Not really nice people, Reconstructionists. I'm not really completely sure about what that's about, but that's all right. They tend to be much more Orthodox than Reform Jews, so that's Wednesday. Thursday, Rabbi Tucker, Annie Tucker, took a week off, to take care of stuff. But then she's got her Bible Baboker, whatever Parsha talk. I mean, it's like whatever, like on Thursdays. Like she didn't have one today, but she generally has that on Thursdays, like at 4. So I want to keep attending that. And then there's like the schmooze and booze on Friday, which, like, it's kind of cool because like I would feel guilty attending that without attending the service before and after. And so I'm kind of glad that I attend the service. Like, I don't attend services enough. So that's Friday. Saturday and Sunday I take off. Oh, and Friday I had my God and COVID-19 group at 8. So that's later in the day. I mean, I may change that around. I may put that at a different day. So then like Saturday and Sunday, I don't have anything. And Monday, I've got a group that, a meeting on the 6th, July 6th that I just scheduled. And then Tuesday I'm off. So, I've got a Zoom meeting almost every day, but it's getting manageable. But before it was just getting a bit too much. I was, literally for over a month, I was hosting a room every night that went from 9 o'clock till like 1, 2, 3, 4 in the morning sometimes. And that was cool for a while. But it burned me out. It was like, got tiring. What else? And I just never know what fate, God has planned for me. I mean, I could be dead tomorrow for all I know. But it seems to me that that God has determined that I have done enough to push the world toward greater virtue, greater happiness, greater intelligence, greater reality, AKA, no, we don't have a free will. and so so it feels like I'm being blessed with this opportunity to be an artist, like I really am. I mean, a musician, I guess. And I'm not even it's not like I read music or I even want to read music. But I love music. It's like, there's very few people that I see in town who are like singing, and a lot of times when I have my headset on, usually when I'm not listening to music, because if I'm listening to music, I'm not singing along with it. But a lot of times when I don't have my headphones on, I'm not listening, I'll be singing a song. I haven't done that recently, but like for years. And I very few people, I remember there's this young girl who I noticed would walk along singing. I noticed her a few times, but that's, again, most people don't do that. So I think I'm much more a musician than many, many, many people, but I haven't applied myself because I've had this overactive social conscience to try to help the world out. Now, I'm saying like, hey, you guys are on your own. You better get in shape. Otherwise this coronavirus is going to do you in. I mean, like I've been beating my head against the wall for decades trying to get people to awaken. Well, I guess, So, what else? 3 minutes and 31 seconds. And so now I got to check out, who I want to watch, in the concerts. I started, again, Jefferson Starship, Pink Floyd, the band, and it was The Last Waltz, so there's some other musicians on there, but I got to see what else is on Prime. Just develop this watch list. And just concerts. I mean, sometimes some of they have like, you know, like for Pink Floyd, I want to like learn more about their history because their music's so amazing. But for the other groups, you know, I just want to like jam along to these, you know, to these concerts on TV. That should be cool. What else? I don't know. I've been sleeping well. That's a good thing. Yeah. And I haven't really, you know, sometimes I feel this urge to go out in the morning, which is kind of nice. I'll wake up, let's say 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and like at the dawn, at the break of day, I'll be out just walking for like a mile and a half or so. That's fun. I enjoy doing that. Nothing's open. Very few people in the street, either driving or walking. I haven't done that in a while. Otherwise, I like to sleep in. All right, so yeah, this is interesting. This is kind of like turning into just a regular video journal. It's not like I'm promoting, you know, ideas or you know, suggesting stuff. And yes, it just doesn't matter what I say and what I don't say. I mean, in the scheme of things, right? I mean, and it's kind of curious, you know, what benefit I derive from it. I'm not sure about that either. Maybe I just helps me to organize what I'm doing. I don't know. Because I also like, you know, what I do, like I did for about a half an hour earlier today, you know, I've mentioned this before, on my walks through town and stuff, I'll record my thoughts. I'll talk into my phone. People will think, I suppose, that I'm talking to someone, but I'm just like, you know, expressing my thoughts. And that's another, you know, and sometimes you know, it confuses me because like, I don't remember whether I've said something before on a show, on an episode of this, or whether it's that I've recorded it into, you know, into my phone during my walks. All right, 37 seconds left. So I hope you're having a good Friday. Hope you have a great weekend. Monday through Friday, 5 o'clock. White Plains Community Media Channel, 76 Optimum, 45 Verizon. Catch the shows that you missed for whatever reason. I don't know why you'd want to, but they're all up there. And I'm pretty good about posting them on YouTube. I'm maybe about 2 or 3 episodes behind, but that's all right. So, all right. So I will, you know, see you on Monday. Again, have a great weekend.